Good morning, and welcome to the Fall 2017 Commencement Exercise Ceremony. Faculty, staff, and fall graduates, it is an honor to be among you on this beautiful winter morning. My name is Jordan Hobelt, and I'm the current secretary of Gordon State College's Toastmasters Club. Graduates, consider these words of wisdom from Franklin D. Roosevelt. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. If you would please join me in a word of prayer. Lord, I thank you for every one of these graduates here today. I pray that you would continue to bless each and every one of them as they continue their journey beyond the borders of Gordon State College. Fill them with your encouragement and perseverance. Give them strength when they come face to face with the challenges of this life. Guide them, protect them, and keep them in your perfect peace. Continue to bless them in everything they do as they take this next step into the future. Amen.
Open your shutters, ye maids and lads. Sound out, ye trumpets, be glad. Sound and be glad. Celebrate this festive day. Hey! Ring your bells and let the psaltery play. Celebrate this festive day. Hey! Ring your bells and let the psaltery play. Gather ye neighbors with candles bright. Sing out your choruses, sing of delight. Celebrate this festive day. Hey! Ring your bells and let the psaltery play. Celebrate this festive day. Hey! Ring your bells and let the psaltery play. Hey, ding a ding a ding, ding a ding a hey, a ding dong. Hey, ding a ding a ding, ding a ding a hey, a ding dong. Hey, ding a ding a ding, ding a ding a hey, a ding dong. Hey, ding a ding a ding, ding a ding a hey, a ding dong. Hey, ding a ding a ding, ding a ding a hey, a ding ding dong. Ding a ding a ding a ding, ding a ding a hey, a ding ding dong, ding dong, ding ding dong, hey ding dong. Climb to the rooftops and shout your noise. Join us in dancing, rejoice, dance and rejoice. Celebrate this festive day. Hey! Ring your bells and let the psaltery play. Celebrate this festive day. Hey! Ring your bells and let the psaltery play. Sing, ring, dance.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Max Burns, and I have the pleasure of adding my welcome to you this morning. It's winter. We get one day of winter a year. Today's the day. Today's the day. But thank you for braving the weather to come and celebrate an absolutely wonderful experience for these graduates. Today we will award 323 degrees. 323. I think that's a record for fall. We do graduations in both fall and spring, and we do over 650 or so graduates a year. But I want you to know they're from 34 counties and one Florida Gator. Must have snuck north to get a good education, I'm just saying. These are individuals who have earned degrees since our spring graduation, and we're so glad that over 217 of those are with us this morning. And we are delighted to help celebrate their accomplishments. Congratulations. I join the assembly in acknowledging your hard work and your dedication, and we are proud of you. I'd like to begin this morning and recognize those who have played a part in making this day a reality for our graduates. First of all, I'd like to recognize the Gordon State College Foundation. This is a group of professionals and supporters of Gordon State College who, through their leadership and generosity, make possible the quality education that our students receive. They support our new initiatives, our programs. They support over 219 scholarships. Last year, the foundation awarded over $340,000 to support students' education at Gordon State College. And we are delighted that representatives of our foundation are with us this morning. Would members of the Gordon State College Foundation please stand and be recognized? As a state college in the university system of Georgia, we could not prosper without the support of our state and local officials. They provide us guidance and resources beyond measure, and we're extremely grateful for their support. This morning we have Representative Johnny Caldwell. Johnny, thank you for your service to Georgia. We appreciate the opportunity to work with our legislators. Representative Caldwell represents Gordon State College in Lamar County and Upson County and parts of Pike, and so we're delighted that Representative Caldwell could be with us this morning. Also, Mayor Banks is here. Although Mayor Banks is an emeritus part of our foundation, he is also a long-time serving mayor of Barnesville, and we're delighted that Mayor has continued his role as a supporter of Gordon. Thank you, Mayor. You know, each of our graduates has someone who has supported them through this journey. Their mothers and fathers and husbands and wives and children and brothers and sisters and uncles and aunts and grandparents and friends who must be recognized and applauded for their encouragement and support. You believed in these students, and you've provided them support that makes them successful. Graduates, are you listening? Graduates, stand and acknowledge the support of your family that got you here today. Graduates. Thank you. Thank you. Finally, I must recognize the outstanding faculty and dedicated staff at Gordon State College. Our faculty are committed to the college's mission of providing an exceptional education through innovative teaching and engaged learning. Our staff takes great pride in providing quality service to our students and their needs. Will the faculty and staff of Gordon State College please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Graduates, today you'll become members of the Gordon State College Alumni Association. Does that sound good? Alumni Association. The alumni group that you're joining is a distinguished group of public servants and professionals. Your peers are congressmen and senators, doctors and nurses, lawyers and business leaders, artists and teachers, a host of the most respected professionals across Georgia and the world. We hope that through the organization of our Alumni Association that you will continue a long-term connection to the friends that you have made here at Gordon, both your fellow students as well as members of our faculty and staff. Each year, our alumni return to Gordon to celebrate the excellent education that they received here. If you're an alumnus, I'm talking to everybody in the room, if you're an alumnus of Gordon State College, would you stand and be recognized? Come on. Alumni. We hope that our new graduates will become active participants in the Alumni Association and will return to campus often. I'd now like to invite Dr. Jeff Knighton, Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs, to join me for a special recognition. Dr. Knighton.
Good morning. Gordon State College may confer at its discretion the title of emeritus on any member of the faculty with 10 or more years of honorable and distinguished service. I'm very happy to announce that based on recommendations from the faculty, President Burns will be conferring emeritus status on a former distinguished faculty member today. Dr. Butts, will you join President Burns up front? Dr. Don Butts was born in New Jersey. He received his undergraduate education at Davidson College, where he earned an A.B. with honors in history. He was an Alfred Sloan Scholar and a member of Phi Beta Kappa. He did his graduate work at Duke University, where he was a Charles S. Sidner Fellow and received an M.A. and Ph.D. in history. Dr. Butts served as an instructor of history at St. Mary's College in Raleigh before joining the faculty of Gordon Junior College in 1979. Don admits that he was initially drawn to Gordon by the fact that it was a tenure-track job in the bad economy of the late 70s and that the college boasted a 9-hole golf course he could play for free. But he quickly fell in love with the small-town, small college environment he found here. Like most junior faculty, he was called upon to do a lot more than teach. In his early years, he served as a van driver, student club advisor, golf coach, official timekeeper and scorer for Gordon basketball games, and on one unfortunately cold spring day, the guy who got dropped into the dunk tank at Gordon Days. Dr. Butts has served on almost every college committee and chaired many of them. He was a department chairman for 10 years and chair of the faculty senate. He has survived through 6 presidents and taught hundreds of students not only in Barnesville, but in Upson, Spalding, Henry, Meriwether, Butts, Monroe, and Newton counties as well. Don has been married to his wife Nancy, a published author and freelance writer, for 39 years. They have one son, Dr. Evan Butts, who teaches philosophy at East Tennessee State University. Don Butts is a man of honor and fierce integrity who cares deeply about the art and craft of teaching. He is that rare professional who took his work seriously, yet himself not so much. His nearly 4 decades of service to Gordon State College were marked by a grace and good humor that informed all of his endeavors. He epitomizes the ideal of colleague, a man of such sense and wisdom that faculty have always sought his advice on thorny pedagogical issues, or how to save a career. No one in Gordon's long history has been more deserving of the title Professor Emeritus than Dr. Donald Butts. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Butts.
You know, I appreciate Don Butts, but he has now put me in a most precarious position because I have the daunting task of introducing our speaker this morning, who, in the truest sense of the word, needs no introduction. You just were introduced to Dr. Don Butts by Dr. Knighton, who shared his many accomplishments. But if you'll allow me a moment or two, I will share with you a few personal insights on Dr. Butts' service to Gordon State College. Before I came to Gordon State College as president, I found myself researching Don Butts. You see, he chaired the presidential search committee that recommended finalists to the university system chancellor in 2011. He indeed controlled my future. Don, I still have my notes. He was not an easy individual to research. A quiet, reflective senior faculty member, educated at Duke, a teacher, scholar, Don commanded the respect of both his students and his peers. He's a golfer. He lives here in town, and he enjoys taking long walks with his dog, just as I do. Regrettably, he's a much better golfer than I. The most striking thing about Don Butts was his commitment to Gordon. After 38 years, Dr. Butts has experienced enormous change. Some good, some not so good, but he never gave up on Gordon. Don arrived just as Gordon Military College was coming into the university system of Georgia. The transition was difficult at best. There was growth in students and resources and programs, but there were many challenges. Change is hard for all of us. It can be especially challenging in the academic world. Don was a leader for faculty governance and equity. He challenged appropriately practices he found unacceptable. He championed the voice of the faculty and made Gordon a better place. His and the search team's decision to forward my application to the chancellor for consideration as president of Gordon State College forever changed my life, and I am most grateful. After I came to Gordon, I found myself dropping by his office early in the morning, 7:30, maybe a little earlier, just to get his insights and thoughts. If there was a problem or an issue and I needed to get a sense of the faculty, I'd go by and visit Don. Sometimes I'd seek his support on a proposal or a position. Sometimes I'd get his support, and sometimes I wouldn't. But he was always open and honest while being collegial and respectful. Never did we disagree disagreeably. I was fortunate to have a colleague at Gordon I could rely on to offer candid input and advice. One could describe Don Butts with many adjectives: teacher, scholar, academic leader, dedicated faculty, but I prefer to simply call him my very good friend. Please join me in welcoming a gentleman and a scholar, Professor Emeritus Dr. Don Butts, to address our graduates. Don.
President Burns, faculty and staff, graduates, families and friends, honored guests. This is my 41st graduation exercise as a faculty member, and I would be lying to you if I did not confess that 12 months ago, when I was out there with the faculty and realized that it would be the final time, that I was a happy man. No more having to dress up in my professor suit. No more having to stand around in a room for half an hour for no good reason that was usually too hot or too cold, waiting for the procession to start. And, of course, no more having to endure long-winded commencement speakers. I remember one in particular, a politician, who told us more than once that he was a physical conservative. I still don't know what that means. That to solve the nation's crime problem, all we had to do was build prisons on Guam. And he thanked everyone on the program, including Mitch Lee, who some of you may know was the composer of the song The Impossible Dream, which the choir sang that day. And so I thought, no more of that for me. But to borrow Michael Corleone's lament from The Godfather, just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. So here I am, as the song says, for one more last time. When you've been the part of a life of an institution for almost 4 decades, you're bound to witness change, and Gordon has changed dramatically. In the fall of 1979, when I arrived in Barnesville, I became one of 44 full-time faculty members at Gordon Junior College, a 2-year unit of the University System of Georgia. The school was on the quarter system, where students took 3 5-hour courses each quarter that met 5 days a week for 50 minutes a day. Almost all classes were held before noon, and by lunch, there were few students to be seen. After 7 years in the system, the college enrollment had just topped 1,500 and stood at 1,502. Earlier that year, when I was on campus for my job interview and waiting to see President Strickland, I read an article posted on the bulletin board outside his office, in which Gordon Foundation member Quimby Melton Jr. confidently predicted that 4-year status for the institution was just around the corner. It took more than 25 years to turn that corner, but eventually Gordon Junior College would become Gordon College, and then the Gordon State College of today. Besides a change of status, the college has undergone tremendous physical growth. In 1979, there were no walls on campus, no tunnel under College Drive, no amphitheater in front of Lambden, and so none of those blessed steps to walk up and down. Architecturally, the college quietly blended into the surrounding community. On this side of College Drive, the only building used by Gordon that is still here today is Alumni Memorial Hall. The academic building, fine arts building, Gordon Commons, Gordon Village, the pool, plant operations, and of course this building all lay in the future. The structure that now houses public safety was on the other side of Gordon Road, which has been moved and become Highlander Way, and was occupied by the Lamar County Health Department. On the other side of College Drive, Melton Hall, the instructional complex, and the Allied Health Building have been added, but the core of Lambden Green, Lambden, Smith, Russell, the Student Center, and the library were in place. All, however, have been expanded or renovated or both, and in some cases more than once. The half-dozen or so houses that now house college offices were private residences. What is called Gillibo Hall has gone through so many different uses that I can't even remember them all. And of course, there are many, many, many more parking lots. Like everywhere else, there's also been great technological change. When I walked into Russell Hall to teach my first class, the only technology I took with me was a box of chalk. There were no whiteboards, no smart boards, no in-class Elmos and computers hooked into ceiling-mounted projectors, no internet, no PowerPoint, no online classes, and no D2L, desire to learn, which I never had any desire to learn how to use, and so I never did. Registration required computer punch cards, and faculty offices didn't even have telephones. The president thought they were an expensive luxury the faculty didn't need. It was only after we got them we realized how lucky we had been before. But while much has changed, some things have remained constant. And of those, the most important is the primary mission of the college, which is teaching. Gordon was then and is now a teaching institution. As to what it is we're teaching, faculty argue about and speculate on it constantly. And at times, when grading the 87th of 130 student essays, and reading that in order to become a Benedictine monk, the candidate had to promise to live a life of poverty, to be obedient to his superiors, and, this was 2 words, and to sell bait, the only thing I could conclude was that I was damned if I knew if I was teaching anybody anything. Actually, though, we do know, and although faculty go at it in different ways, what is at the center of college teaching is the inculcation and encouragement of rational thought or thinking. For the assessment people, we always have to use the redundant critical thinking, but it's thinking nonetheless. And the encouragement and teaching of thinking is more important today than ever before, because often when we look around us, precious little of it seems to be being done. We live in a society begot by the likes of Oprah and Dr. Phil, where emotions and feelings predominate, where they must be constantly recognized and validated. Politicians from the president on down are quick to assure us that they feel our pain. Personally, rather than sharing my pain, I wish they would do something useful to fix it, but that's just me. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with feelings and emotions. Life would be pretty dull without them. But as the primary motivator of action, they are inadequate and possibly dangerous. And so we need to think more, and we need to think better. But despite our best efforts, we often don't. Earlier this year, Alan Jacobs, a professor at Baylor University, published a book titled How to Think, a Survival Guide for a World at Odds. In it, he identifies several reasons why we do not think as often or as well as we should. The first is that thinking is hard work. Unlike feeling, it requires conscious effort. It also requires knowledge. You cannot think in a vacuum. You have to have information to think with, to think from, and to think against. In short, you have to do the research. The second barrier to thinking is that it is slow. It takes time, and in a world of email and Facebook and Twitter, the urge is to respond instantly, usually without thought in the heat of the moment, to prove one's allegiance to one hashtag or another. Our technology works against thinking. We don't have the time or take the time to think. Jacobs argues that the final barrier to thinking is that thinking requires us to confront ideas, beliefs, and people with whom we may not agree, with at least a minimal level of civility and open-mindedness, 2 qualities sorely lacking in today's world. And this can have many results. One is, to use the words of former Arizona Cardinal football coach Dennis Green, that we discover that they are who we thought they were. We thought they were mindless fanatics, and they are, and we need to stay away from them. On the other hand, we may find out that while we disagree, that those on the other side are not pathological, but hold different beliefs and opinions from ours for what they view as good and sufficient reasons. And even though we disagree on many things, we can agree that given last year's disaster, the Falcons will never win a Super Bowl in our lifetime. In other words, that there are commonalities between us that open up the possibility of cooperation or at least peaceful coexistence. But the most dramatic thing that can happen when you think is that you may find out that you're wrong. And nobody likes that, particularly academics. Finding out you are wrong may mean changing habits and beliefs of long standing. It may lose you friends, alienate supporters. If you're a public figure, you can be castigated for being wishy-washy and a flip-flopper. Or as Theodore Roosevelt once said of his boss, William McKinley, he has the backbone of a chocolate eclair. However, unless we are willing to take the risk of being wrong and accepting it when we are, as individuals and as a society, we're in deep trouble. So the mission of education, of Gordon State College, to help people learn to think, is a vital one. Well, I see I've become way too serious, and since Dr. Aiello has looked at his watch twice in the last 45 seconds, I've probably spoken way too long. I've spent most of my adult life trying to get people, including myself, to think more and think better. I know I'm a lost cause, but I hope I've done at least some good for my students. So I will conclude by asking one favor of today's graduates, and that is that the next time you face a problem or an issue, be it political, personal, financial, or the like, before you act or react, just take a few minutes and think about it. Thank you.
Many institutions recognize students who achieve particularly high academic records with traditional Latin distinctions of cum laude, which means with praise or honor, magna cum laude, which means with great praise or honor, and summa cum laude, which means with highest praise or honor. At Gordon State College, we recognize students who have achieved at least a 3.50 overall grade point average, which is comprised of all work completed at the collegiate level, both here and at any previous institutions. Using this overall grade point average, we recognize students with these three levels of distinction. We will first recognize our students earning baccalaureate degrees. Students who have earned a GPA of 3.90 or higher are recognized in our program with the summa cum laude distinction. Will the candidates for baccalaureate degrees who have earned the distinction of summa cum laude please rise and remain standing? Students who have earned a GPA between 3.80 and 3.89 are recognized with the magna cum laude distinction. Will the candidates for baccalaureate degrees who have earned the distinction of magna cum laude please rise and remain standing? Students who have earned a GPA between 3.50 and 3.79 are recognized with the cum laude distinction. Will the candidates for baccalaureate degrees who have earned the honor of cum laude please rise? Our graduates have achieved numerous additional honors, including membership in the Gordon State College Honors Program, college-wide or disciplinary honor societies, and veteran distinction. These additional honors are described in the program and are designated by insignia worn by the graduates. And now will all baccalaureate degree candidates please rise. Mr. President, on the recommendation of the faculty, I present these candidates to you for the awarding of their degrees.
Under the power vested in the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia and by the authority delegated to Gordon State College by the Chancellor and the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, and upon the recommendation of the faculty of the college, I hereby confer on each of you the degrees appropriate to your area with all the powers, responsibilities, honors, and privileges thereunto appertaining. This 8th day of December, 2017. Graduates, you may now move your tassel to the left side of the caps. Congratulations.
You may now be seated. And now we will recognize the associate degree students graduating with honors. Will the candidates for all associate degrees who have earned the distinction of summa cum laude please rise and remain standing. Will the candidates for associate degrees who have earned the distinction of magna cum laude please rise and remain standing. Will the candidates for associate degrees who have earned the honor of cum laude please rise. And now will all associate degree candidates please rise. Mr. President, on the recommendation of the faculty, I present these candidates to you for the awarding of their degrees.
Under the powers vested in the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia and by the authority delegated to Gordon State College by the Chancellor and the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, and upon the recommendation of the faculty of the college, I hereby confer on each of you the degrees appropriate to your area with all powers, responsibilities, honors, and privileges thereunto appertaining. This 8th day of December, 2017. Graduates, you may now move your tassel to the left side of your cap. Congratulations.
You may be seated. The President will now be presenting our graduates with their degrees. For those graduates receiving the baccalaureate degree, the President will be assisted by the Dean of the school in which the degree was earned. Those graduates who are also members of the Gordon State Honors Program will be presented with a medallion by the program director.
Catherine Grace Whitelock. Amanda Lynn Bryan. Haley Fillingham. Desiree Marie Daniels. Ebony Janae King. Danielle Alexandra Simmons. David Philip Westbury. Macy Leanne Chadwick. Brandon Russell Clanton, cum laude. Lindsay M. Duncan, cum laude. Stephanie Catherine McWhorter. Seth Joseph Daniel, cum laude. Amy McAllister Drugmiller, summa cum laude. Chastity Joyner. Tishana Hambrick. Contavious Jamar Haynes. Abigail Salazar. Ashley N. Munford. Peyton Alexander Jackson. Simone Alicia Jamai. Alyssa Nicole Schwindel, summa cum laude. Rachel Scarlett Skinner, cum laude. Kelby Danielle Kilborn. Mary Yvette Chatfield. Sonia Michelle Cousins. Natalie Renee Hawkins, summa cum laude. Priscilla Ann Caldwell. Jessica M. Brothers. Lawanda Tamika Mays. Sabrina Renee Stevens. Holly Renee Anderson. Brandy Lynn Schultz Harris. Misty S. Leo. Larry Jenkins. Brittany Kiara Tuff. Hannah Morgan Teal. Leanna Tai, cum laude. Anita Demetria Long. Shativia Monnier Weaver. Lindsay Grace Hoyt, cum laude. Honors Program graduate. Victor Vargas Bautista. Mykesha Lachey Bannister. Jordan Francis Rooks. Amber Nicole Eccles. Dontavius Santuan Cersei. Trayvon Lamont Souder. Jarrett Robinson. Thomas Layton Caliendo, cum laude. Dean Douglas Smith. Anna Nicole Sissel. Michaela D. Crane, cum laude. Megan Chapman. Dustin James Harris, cum laude, honors program graduate. Joy J. Mathis. Trevor Martin Moncrief. Shaquille Levante Zellner. Shaveda Williams. Valances Shantae Williams. Taylor Alexandria Groover. Shakira Hargrove. Nashay Naomi Jenkins. Samari Arteria Walker. Rebecca Norgus. Akia Denise Wood. Chineze Bianca Opala. Ardell Sheldon McKenzie. Jacob James Maslick. Darius Middleton. Jacinda Annette Roseberry Kirkland. Shakira Precious Diamond Alexander. Caitlin Faith Lake cum laude. Lindsay Larae Brown. Mai Nung Ti Win. Courtney Lee Copeland. Sierra Janae Jones. Evan Michael Robinson. Lauren Nicole Schrader. Sarah Noel Bowman. Louis Michael J. Farlow. Marissa Suzette Parks. Charnette Cherie Sandifer. Adrian Monique Kent. Sydney Lauren Thompson. Chelsea Paula Powell. Robert Brennan Reed. Andrew Michael Arrington. Charlotte Carter Windus. Carolina Ciordia. Afeni Tene Thorpe. Nancy Yen Tran. Dominique S. Dotson. Whitney Brianna Chisholm, magna cum laude, honors program graduate. Kentiana Daje Dickens. Donovan Tallis Dickinson.
Amber Faith Murphy. Brittany Nicole Braden, magna cum laude. Alyssa Danielle Ellersick, magna cum laude. Caitlin Nicole Peel. Mary Abrielle Couette. Christy Saxon Rye. Jessica Lace Collier, summa cum laude. Chandrika Shante Johnson. Aria Jonice Davis. Amber Denise Cloud. Julia Quinterosa Meltonor. Alexis Nicole Davis. Nikki Chevelle Evans. Maria Elizabeth Carter, summa cum laude. Quinteria Kodisha Coachman. Tamika Hogan. Jamaica Delincia Robinson. Cheyenne Nicole Feltman. Ashley Nicole Reynolds. Samantha Anne Marie Jackson. Brianna R. Johnson. Alize Kiara Shepard. Cornell J. Ford. Terea Ashante McCauley. Michelle Desjardins Frazier. Brianna Monique McCorkle. Martisha Laterianda Williams. Jareth Levon Hill. Alexis Brenchell Taylor. Tegriche Tamor Wilson. Kayla Alexis Davis. Raven Nakoa Silas. Claudia Alexandra Belu. Alexandria Nicole Smith. Christopher Stephen Hall. Ross Mitchell Clow. Lindsay Nicole Rigdon. Bethany Christina Janelle Calloway. Catherine Nicole Klein, cum laude. Ronnie Joe Shoemate Jr., summa cum laude. Danita Mackenzie Robertson. Kia Tashay Felton. Raven Iman Lavender. Sharona Jalen Milner. Giordano Giovanni Ortiz. Hannah Nicole Wilder. Sheridan Lenora Wilson. Montavious Dion Rucker. Kim Deetria Nicole Marie Stewart. Leon Toria Mariah Lomax. Felicia Yvonne Holt. Kian Doria Lavon Cooper. Elise Yamona O'Kelly. Jacob Brian McNeil. Tony Marche Willis. Aaliyah Bethany Lewandowski. Harrison G. Smith. Norkincha Willis. Antonio Lamar Hutchins. Jovan Xavier Jordan. Alexis Dier Smith. Haley Michelle Pope. Bailey Elaine Brantley. Quentin Forrest Caliendo, magna cum laude. Nikki Lee Dorsey. Jesse Wade Bennett, summa cum laude honors program graduate. Hannah Lisa Marie White, cum laude. Matthew Grant Calvert. Eli Chandler Corbin. Ashley Ann Stewart. Paul Edward Decker, summa cum laude. Cody Michael Ziegler. Tamika Lene Blue. Shayna Bernetta Smith. Samefa Odame. Bridget Samefa Odame Adams. Jalicia Shakia Jones. Ashley K. Knight. Madison Kate Oglesby. Taylor Nicole Fowler. Jenna Elizabeth Bale. Caitlin Diana Hand. Amanda Jean Stout. Fancy hub. Kayla Nicole Hart. Kristen Lavelle. Josue Fortina Padilla. Brenton Danielle Green. Jackie Beelan Jones. Cynthia Maquita Pittman. Abby Lauren Harker. Summer Nicole Hollingsworth. Darla Joy Foster. Bolton. Noah Zachary Bolton. Kaylee Mae Turner. Samantha Ray Green. Alexis Dawn Colwell. Brandy Michelle Burns, cum laude. Hannah Elizabeth Baucom, cum laude. Abigail Elizabeth Turner. Pinion. Kristen D. Pinion. Emma Jessie Partridge. Kayla Ruth Lyle. Kimberly Durrell Cleveland. Jennifer LaShawn Stevenson. Crystal V. Watts. Latifa Matina Brown.
Hi, everybody. Okay, in honor of and as a representative of Gordon State faculty, please join me in recognizing our graduates, our new graduates, with very warm applause.
Hello, my name is Chastity Joyner, and I serve as the current SGA president here at Gordon State College. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing our Alumni Association speaker, Ms. Autumn Schaefer. Ms. Schaefer is a 2009 graduate of Gordon State College. She was a member of the first Education Childhood Cohort, one of Gordon's first bachelor degree programs. She has also earned a Master's of Education in Institutional Technology from Georgia Southern University and an Educational Specialist in Media from the University of West Georgia. Upon graduating from Gordon, she has taught technology and mathematics to elementary students in Griffin, Georgia. She then returned to Gordon State College as the instructional designer and technologist. She currently designs and provides training to faculty and staff regarding the various technologies used on and off campus. Her efforts are particularly focused in the technology related to distance and online learning. She is also the chair of Gordon's Alumni Association. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Ms. Autumn Schaefer.
Hello, graduates. Today I just wanted to leave you with a really short story that I read recently and really impacted me as a person, as a graduate, and as a faculty and staff member. So a water bearer once had 2 large pots that hung on a pole on either side of his neck. One of the pots had a crack in it, and while the other pot was perfect, and it always delivered a full portion of water. At the end of the long walks from the stream to the house, the cracked pot arrived with only half full. For 2 years, this went on daily, with the water bearer only bringing home 1.5 pots of water. Of course, the perfect pot was proud of its accomplishments, but the poor cracked pot was ashamed of its own imperfection and miserable that it could only do half of what it was made to do. After 2 years of what it perceived to be a bitter failure, it said to the water bearer, "I'm ashamed of myself because this crack in my side always causes water to leak all the way back to your house. I'm not fulfilling my purpose, and I'm constantly failing you." The water bearer replied, "Did you notice that there are flowers on your side of the path, but not on the other side? That's because I've always known your flaw, so I planted flower seeds on your side of the path, and every day while we walk back, you water them. For 2 years, I've been able to pick your beautiful flowers to decorate our table. Without you being just the way you are, there would not be such beauty to grace this house. So despite what is next for you, or what challenges you faced after today, please remember, you are beautiful, you are amazing, you are accomplished, and you are so valuable in your own right. Now as you graduate, go forth and fulfill what it is you've set out to do. We are so proud to have served you. Thank you."
Please rise and remove your caps for the alma mater and remain standing for the benediction.
Remember him, our namesake strong, who braved the fight at Gettysburg. Remember to the many ones who studied here our nation's work. Our history runs deep and long. 3 centuries we've served the young. Sing praise to Gordon State College, our gateway into knowledge, our path from base uncertainty to honor, courage, loyalty. Remember now our own desires that brought us to these humble halls. Remember always we aspire to answer truth and beauty's calls. We've seen 160 years of triumph over ignorant fears. Sing praise to Gordon State College.
As we each go our separate ways to make our mark on the world, I want to send with you a piece of my family's heritage. These two blessings have played an important part in my life, and I'm honored to have them play a part in this occasion as well. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and the rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. May the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. And the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Amen.
Guests, please remain at your seats until all the graduates have exited the ceremony site, which signals the end of the ceremony. Also, as this is a cold December day, as you exit this room, you may find some special visitors out in the lobby, maybe from the North Pole. So we hope you have a wonderful day. Graduates, you may replace your caps. a recording of the graduation, right?